Welcome back to What to See Next, a show where I recommend movies and other types of media for you to watch. In this episode, we are talking about Nope, a film by Jordan Peele that was released in 2022. I know what you guys are thinking. What, a movie that came out in 2022? Why now? I mean, I don't know, just cuz. But in all seriousness, I want to keep recommending movies for you guys, but as you may have seen, current movies can be hit or miss sometimes, which is why you will see movies that have been out for a while being recommended on this channel. Ever since the release of Get Out in 2017, Jordan Peele has been seen as one of the best horror directors of our generation. The crazy thing is that he has only made 3 films to date, but they're all very good. Jordan Peele started in comedy along with Keegan-Michael Key, and it is no surprise that he went on to develop such a knack for horror. Comedy and horror are very similar in some regards. They both rely heavily on timing. They both elicit big reactions from audience members. They both can vary widely in terms of quality. All I'm saying is it makes sense why Jordan Peele made such a splash with Get Out, with it not only being a very smart horror film, but also one that is both entertaining and effective. We are, however, not talking about Get Out today, but rather Nope, a Jordan Peele movie with all of the Jordan Peele-isms, but also is the most different one in his filmography. It is a horror movie, no doubt about that, but it is not as much of a horror film as Get Out or Us. The horror here is mixed in with other genres like comedy and action, and I love a good genre blend. It can really distinguish a movie. However, as a result of that, I feel like this movie does not get enough love compared to the other two. It was as if people went in expecting one thing because they thought they knew what Jordan Peele would make, and they got something a little different and thus were a little disappointed. I, however, was blown away by the film on first watch. I was so blown away that I had to watch it again 2 days later. Nope is about a pair of siblings who inherit a horse for rent business from their father. They rent out horses for Hollywood productions and they live on a ranch in California. However, their lives take a weird turn when a mysterious flying object starts circulating around their estate. The film stars Daniel Kaluuya, Keke Palmer, Brendan Perea, and Steven Yeun. The movie deals with a genre of horror that is disturbing to me, and I don't see it explored often enough in mainstream movies. Cosmic horror. What is cosmic horror? To put simply, it is a subgenre of horror that deals with threats beyond human comprehension. It asks the question, is there something else out there in the universe, or maybe even on Earth, that we haven't discovered yet? I've seen a few good horror films that I think fit into this category. Annihilation is a good one. Also, Underwater is very underrated. Heck, I would even call the It movies cosmic horror because the clown comes from space. Nope, I would say fits squarely into this genre. With a cast like this, the acting is going to be great. Everyone here is a standout. Daniel Kaluuya is a quiet person in this movie and he has to communicate mostly with his eyes, which is a very important thing to nail in this particular movie. You'll know it once you've seen it. His body language and facial expressions portray the reserved and quiet type really well. To balance that out, we have Keke Palmer, who provides most of the energy in this movie. She is so much fun. This is the kind of person who I would like to hang out with. She pulls off a likable sister in the film, and she is a bright spot among the cast. She strikes me as someone who has a lot of ambitions, but has a hard time establishing themselves in one specific field, and I can relate to that 1000%. Steven Yeun and Brendan Perea are both great in the movie. Steven Yeun's character is a former TV star who is profiting off of a tragedy that happened to him when he was younger, sort of making lemonade out of lemons. He is the most complex character, I would say. You could tell just by looking at him that he is putting up a front because he's kind of a showman, but deep down, you know that he is wrestling with a lot of internal conflicts. As for Brendan Perea, I've heard that this was his first big movie that he was a part of. He is, like Keke Palmer, was very likable and offers a level-headed perspective into the film. I feel like one could say that he is the audience surrogate of the film. For me, it was Keke Palmer, but I could see how other people might relate to him instead. Now, I saw this movie in IMAX when it came out, and it was glorious. The movie is beautiful looking. Every frame in the film could be someone's wallpaper. The way they film night scenes is immaculate. You could see everything clearly. Everything looks grand and big. There's a lot of money on the screen. This might be Jordan Peele's most fun movie. There's a sense of adventure and mystery in the midst of this horror film. I've seen a lot of comparisons to Jaws and I can see it. You put a movie with a mystery in front of me and I'm intrigued. The whole time they are not only trying to figure out what this thing is, but also how to catch it on camera, which is hard because the thing messes with the electricity around it. So it's it's really hard to get a good video or photo of it. Not only is it a great horror movie, it is a great adventure as well. When it comes to the horror side though, there's a lot of horror imagery. I will tell you now that the type of horror this film tackles is very different from the ones in Get Out or Us, and some people might not find this film even scary, but there are a lot of sequences in the film that have left an impression on me. There's a shot in this film that invokes the feeling of claustrophobia that implies some very messed up consequences. You don't see what can happen necessarily, but you can picture it. And that is by far the most disturbing and haunting thing in this movie. I cannot stop thinking about it. Nope is a great film. It is not going to top Get Out, but I do like it more than Us. Jordan Peele is 3 for 3 as far as I'm concerned, and I will be sure to get a ticket to his next movie no matter what it is. If you've seen this movie, I would love to hear your thoughts. I will try to reply to everyone since my channel is kind of small right now. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're cool, and I will see y'all in another video. Peace.